It's the Region 4 Midwest District B Championship game here on the MATC Stormers YouTube. We're at the Rock Valley Physical Education Center in Rockford, Illinois, and it's two Milwaukee area teams that will be fighting to move on to Danville, Illinois, and the national tournament. And that is the Bryant Stratton Bobcats, who come in 23-9 on the season, and they have won 4 straight. Their last loss coming to their opponents tonight, your Milwaukee Area Technical College Stormers, 27-5 on the year and ranked 8th in the country. These two teams met recently, just back about a month ago on February 13th at Mount Mary University, the home for Bryant Stratton. And Milwaukee Area Technical College had a 40-32 lead at the half. They expanded on that and pulled out a 94-73 win. In that game, Shelton Williams-Dryden led the team with 21 points. Antonio Foxwell, KJ Taylor had 16 apiece as MATC shot just a tick under 57% in the game. Meanwhile, for Bryant Stratton, they shot 45% in the contest, and they were led by Carter Thomas with 24 points and Parker Grant with 20 points in that game. Bryant Stratton, well, they're trying to get over the hump. This is the 4th straight year that they have been in the Region 4 final. Of course, Region 4, so many teams split into District A and District B. These two teams, with Milwaukee Area Technical College having won every year since they've gone to Division II and punched their ticket to the national tournament, they have been in the opposite districts. Last year, Bryant Stratton falling to Waubonsie 67-63. The year prior, 21-22 season, they also lost to Waubonsie 83-77. Then in 2020-2021, that shortened season, they lost to South Suburban in the Region 4 final. And those were the two teams that played a little bit earlier, just before us, in the Midwest District A Championship in Region 4, and it was South Suburban that will be advancing with a 94-82 win over Waubonsie. Meanwhile, for Milwaukee Area Technical College, making that jump to Division II for the 2018-19 season, they were 31-6 in 2018-2019. They won their first game in the national tournament and then lost their final couple there. Then 2019-2020, 31-1. They won 24 straight. They were ready to go to nationals, and then the C word hit us, being COVID, and that season was halted. 2021-2022, 28-6. Again, they were able to win their first game in the national tournament, and then they lost their next two. And last year, the magical season, the first national championship in Milwaukee Tech history, going 32-4 and winning that national title. How these two teams got here: Bryant Stratton, in their first round game, they took down 17-14 DuPage 74-61, and then they were able to beat Rock Valley, the hosts here, 22-10 on the season. They won that one by 9, 63-54. For the Stormers, they beat Prairie State, who came in 12-19, or finished the season 12-19 with a 94-68 win, and took down Morton, who finished 21-11, 68-62. They'll try and make it 5 straight trips to the national tournament for the Stormers, not counting that shortened COVID season. That was a little bit weird in there, depending on each of the teams and how many games they had played. Milwaukee Tech, they lead this series, but it's close. It's a 4-3 lead for the Stormers. They have won the last 2 times out, that coming again in February, about a month ago, 94-73. A good one a year ago, February 23rd. That was at the Ryman Gymnasium, the home court of the Stormers, 67-62. Prior to that, it had been the Bryant Stratton Bobcats that had won a couple in a row, as they won in 21-22 in January of 2022, 98-85, and then in March of 2021, an 86-79 win. That game played in the Wisconsin Dells with all of the requirements around the masking and all sorts of things that were going on there. Already nationally, some big upsets. Number 1, National Park College. They were unbeaten on the season. They did not win their region. They got their first loss. And then Des Moines Area Community College, the 4th-ranked team in the country, they lost to the 6th-ranked team in the country in their championship game, Ellsworth Community College. So if you're looking at this, that means the 1 and the 4 seeds aren't getting automatic bids, and there are only 2 automatic bids to the national tournament. That means that even coming in ranked 8th, that this is really probably a must-win game for Milwaukee Tech if they want to be able to get into the postseason here again this year, into the national tournament. I'm Don Wadowitz, joined by Donovan on the camera and LaShondra, our technical director, bringing you the action here today from Rock Valley College, as Milwaukee Area Technical College looks to take down Bryant Stratton for the 2nd time this season and the 3rd straight time over the last 2 years. Milwaukee Tech, prior to moving to Division II, had some success. 2015 and 16, 23 and 7, 2014 and 15, 21 and 9, but really hovered around the 500 mark for a number of years in there. And then that switch to Division II really catapulted this team under head coach Randy Casey, who earlier this season picked up his 500th career win. And now we'll turn it over to the PA audio from Charles Kluzak to hear the introductions.
The winner of today's game will be heading to Danville. But let's meet the starting lineup for today's game. First, the starters for the Bobcats. A 6'3" guard from Wauwatosa, Wisconsin, number 0, Terrence McClendon. A 6'4" wing from Hartford, Wisconsin, number 3, Jaden Melvin. A 6'3" guard from Columbia, South Carolina, number 4, Parker Grant. A 6'6" forward from Brooklyn, New York, number 15, Jaheim Tyson. And a 6'1" guard from Wisconsin, number 24, Carter Thomas. The assistant coaches are Trevor Anderson, Andrew Wojcik, Charles Smith, Kyle Hoffman, and the head coach, Charles Ruffing. And here's the starters for the MATC Stormers. A 6'3" guard from Tallahassee, Florida, number 4, KJ Taylor. A 6'5" forward from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, number 10, Shelton Williams Bryden. A 6'2" guard from Charlotte, North Carolina, number 12, Javon Ortiz. A 6'1" guard from Chicago, Illinois, number 15, Trey Washington. And a 6'5" guard from Ellersburg, Maryland, number 33, Antonio Foxwell. The assistant coaches are Stephen Sickler, Andrew McNary, Tom Casey, Travis Rozek, and the head coach, Randy Casey. Your officials for today's game are Andrew Williams, Ryan Hosnicka, and Scott Anderson.
And with that, we are just about ready for tip here at Rock Valley College. KJ Taylor, 12 points short of 1,000 career points as we start this game. Be interesting to see if he can get there. That's right at his season average for the second-year guard, averaging 11.5 points a game. Of course, a lot of this offense for MATC around Shelton Williams Dryden, averaging 19 points and almost 9 rebounds on the season. He was the N4C Player of the Year last year, and he actually improved on his numbers this year. Carter Thomas, the second-year plus player for Bryant Stratton, averaging over 21 points a game, 4.7 rebounds. He'll be one to watch for the Bobcats as we are underway in this District B championship game in Region 4. Milwaukee Tech starts with it as they are moving from left to right. Williams Dryden blocks left side, knocks down his first attempt. And Milwaukee Tech opens with the 2-zip lead right off the top. Trying to answer, Parker Grant for Bryant Stratton as Thomas trying to redirect the offense here. One of the things that you saw Bryant Stratton try and do in their home game was slow the pace of the game down. It looks like they're doing that again here with just 5 on the shot clock. Working underneath, Jaheim Tyson, he can't knock it down but gets his own rebound and he puts it up and in. And we're knotted up at 2, just 50 seconds in to this District B championship game in Region 4. Thank you for joining us. Over on the left side, you have Washington, feeds it to Williams Dryden at the free throw line. Williams Dryden, little spin move, turnaround jumper, and is able to hit it. Williams Dryden, all 4 of the points for Milwaukee Tech early on in this one, as they are going to him in the paint early on. Thomas flips it over to the left side for McClendon. Plays catch with Thomas. Thomas feeding it underneath. Looking for Tyson. Tyson had a big first half against Milwaukee Tech. That is stolen away by KJ Taylor for MATC. They get into the right corner. Washington, lane opens up, and Washington puts it off the glass and in for the Stormers. Washington coming in averaging 6 points a game. He's been averaging over 11 points a game the last 3 while shooting 59%. 6-2, the Milwaukee Tech lead. Grant holds it on the left side, finds a bit of a lane inside the free throw line. The give is good to Melvin with the layup. 2-point Milwaukee Tech lead. 2 minutes, 15 seconds gone in our first half. Williams Dryden, free throw line extended left side, trying to move in the paint. And Williams Dryden, another nice little turnaround shot. Little floater there as he's working hard, putting a lot of body on Tyson. Tyson not the tallest at 6'6". Doesn't look that he comes in that tall. But Williams Dryden able to maneuver around him, a little more agility down there underneath the basket. Grant kicks it out to McClendon. McClendon working on the left side, just 4 on the shot clock. Again, using it down. A Parker Grant with a shot, can't get it to go, and a nice rebound by Tyson, but Tyson steps out of bounds baseline, and it'll be Milwaukee Tech basketball. They lead by 4 early on. Winner of this one will continue to dance down in Danville, Illinois in the NJCAA Division II National Championship. Again, Williams Dryden trying to work underneath. That time he is met by Melvin. Melvin does a good job on the defense, but he is going to be called for the foul here. And Melvin picks up his first. That's the first team foul as well against Bryant Stratton. It'll put Williams Dryden at the line, 62% from the charity stripe, and he misses that first one off of the front of the rim and the backboard. Williams Dryden, he scored 22 and 23 points in the last 2 games. So a couple buckets over his average as he hits the second free throw. He has 7 of MATC's 9 points early on here, as the Stormers looking underneath to him quite a bit, realizing they may have a little bit of a size mismatch down below. Handoff, the pitch to McClendon. McClendon gives back left wing for Grant. 10 on the shot clock again, using a lot of the shot clock here. They're able to swing it around for an open 3 is good. Carter Thomas got open for 1, and he knocks it down. 36% on the season for Thomas from distance. pulls Bryant Stratton to within 2. Taylor looking underneath. Williams-Dryden had a little bit of a lane. Nice late feed. Washington can't hit it, and the rebound goes all the way out to Grant. Grant with the spin move, going to the basket, lays it up, gets the roll. Parker Grant ties the game at 9 apiece, a little more than 4 minutes into our first half. A little bit of a run here for Bryant Stratton now, as they have matched Milwaukee Tech, and that will be a blocking foul. As trying to see who that's against. I believe that's Melvin. And that will be his second personal and the second team foul here. Milwaukee Tech will inbound. Checking in for the first time, A.J. Vival, the first-year player out of Chicago, averaging 3.3 points a contest. Taylor working in the free throw circle. Out to Shaman Artis, and he puts down the 3. Artis, 37% from distance, is able to knock that one down. Starting 31 games for Milwaukee Tech this year. And the Stormers back with a 3-point lead off the shot by Artis. Artis with the deflection, picked up by Williams-Dryden. Washington leaves for Foxwell at the free throw line, and Foxwell hits on that one. On the nice give from Washington, realizing that he was running into a little bit of trouble there, and KJ Taylor picking up his second knockaway. A lot of deflections, that's what Milwaukee Tech looks for. Grant working his way around Foxwell, lays it off the glass in the back iron, can't get it to go. Rebound came down to Tyson, and then they're able to feed underneath for Grant. Tyson with 3 boards already unofficially in this one. 14-11 the Milwaukee Tech lead, and that is knocked away by Tyson. And Bryant Stratton going now in their black jerseys. 2 Milwaukee area teams, Bryant Stratton, their main headquarters in Wauwatosa, but locations all through southeast Wisconsin. Turnover, no, it's gonna stick. Nobody could pick it up, and Tyson turns it into a bucket for Bryant Stratton as they pull to within 1. Of course, Milwaukee Tech serving Milwaukee County. Artis wide open, 3, good. Shaman Artis has hit back-to-back triples, and that will lead to a Bryant Stratton 30-second timeout as Milwaukee Tech leads 17-13 at the timeout. Again, Milwaukee Area Technical College, the main campus located downtown. They also have satellite campuses. Oak Creek, one of those. West Dallas, Mequon, all satellite campuses for Milwaukee Area Technical College. Bryant Stratton, I know they have one down in Mount Pleasant, just off, not too far off the interstate down there. Was a nice drive out to Rockford today. Sunny skies, clear all the way. Got here a little early, got to catch that Waubonsie South Suburban game. In that one, the Waubonsie head coach was teed up for a second time with 9 minutes to play in the first half, and he was disqualified from the game in a huge game for Waubonsie, trying to punch a ticket to nationals. Feed underneath to Tyson. He's double teamed. He uses a dribble to get away from it. Tyson, they swing it around left corner. Vival for a 3, kisses off the front of the rim, can't get it to go, and the rebound grabbed by Foxwell. Foxwell wait for Taylor. Artis, a floater off the front of the rim. Rebound is picked up all the way out at the 3-point arc by Grant, and Grant tries to put it up, and he's going to be fouled as he goes up, and that will go against KJ Taylor. That'll be the first against Taylor and the first against the team. It'll be a shooting foul, and that will put Grant at the line, where he's a 77% free throw shooter. Averaging 11.7 points a game is Grant on the season, but 15.9 over the last 10 games while shooting 53% from the floor. As he knocks down the first free throw, he's got 5. Washington checks out. Checking in for Milwaukee Tech is the second-year player Bryant Williams. As we have a little bit of a pause here. Now look good to go. Grant for the second one. He's able to hit that one as well. He's already got 6 in the game. And Bryant Stratton tried to sub somebody in, and the ball was already inbounded. They didn't get the player to the table in time. The player was just coming off the bench. They did blow the horn, and they are going to issue a technical here. Believe it'll be an administrative technical against Bryant Stratton for having 6 on the court. Coach Ruffing coming over trying to get an explanation. So believe we're going to have an administrative technical for the 6 on the court. The officials talking to one another a little bit more here. The horn blew, but MATC had already inbounded the basketball. So Stormers are going to be shooting here. So it'll be a team foul, not assigned to anybody, as Artis knocks down the first attempt. He's got 7 points already. And now Milwaukee Area Technical College will inbound here. So they'll get a point and the basketball here at the point of interruption, leading by 3. Taylor finds Williams-Dryden. Williams-Dryden working through a double team. Can't get it to go off the back iron. Ball is loose, and McClendon picks up the long rebound. Bryant Stratton within a possession here. 13 minutes to play in our first half. Tyson kicks it out to Womack, who had checked into the game. McClendon finds Tyson in the short left corner. Tyson working his way underneath. A little reverse scoop layup is good for Tyson. He's got half a dozen in the game. 1 point lead for MATC over their crosstown rivals, Bryant Stratton, the Bobcats. The feed to Bryant Williams, high off the glass, and he gets it to go. Came from Shelton Williams-Dryden. Williams-Dryden averages an assist and a half a game on the season. Had a nice one there. Back up to a 3-point lead for Milwaukee Tech. McClendon feeding underneath for Tyson. Tyson kicks it out. Womack, a 3, is a little bit short off the near side iron. Tyson throws one up, can't get it to go, and then a late whistle. Tyson is hitting the boards hard as Foxwell picks up the foul for Milwaukee Tech. It's the second against the Stormers and the first against Foxwell. That will put Tyson at the line. Tyson just a 47% free throw shooter on the season. Has 6 points, 4 boards, and a steal in this game, and the bank is open on the charity stripe. Checking in for the Bobcats, the second-year player James Hughes, averaging 2.5 points a game. Foxwell will take a breather. Washington will come back out for Milwaukee Tech. Second attempt here for Tyson after banking the first one in. He can't get that one to go, and Artis with the rebound for MATC. Washington running the offense for the Stormers. Tries to give it to Williams-Dryden. He wasn't ready for it, and it's picked up by Grant. Grant having a big game here through the first part of the first half. Already with half a dozen points, couple of rebounds, an assist, and a steal for Bryant Stratton. Carter Thomas working against Artis. He's short on the shot. hit the net. That was about it. And Shelton Williams-Dryden with his first rebound of the game for Milwaukee Tech with 11.5 to play here in our first half. 2-point lead. Williams-Dryden splits a double team, throws it high off the glass, can't get it to go, but he draws the whistle. He'll be at the line shooting 2. That will go against Hughes. He picks up his first and the 4th against the team. Williams-Dryden at the line where he's 1 of 2 in the game already. He's got 7 points, 1 rebound, and an assist here for the Stormers. And he knocks down the first free throw. Washington will check out for the Stormers. Cyrus Little, the first-year player out of East Moline, Illinois, averaging 6.3 points, 3.1 rebounds, and 2.5 assists on the season. And Williams-Dryden hits them both. He's already got 9 points here. And Hickles checks into the game. Hickles, the first-year player out of Milwaukee. He's shooting 80% over the last 7 games for Hickles. He's been red hot for Milwaukee Tech. See if he can keep that going, as Shelton Williams-Dryden has been doing a great job offensively here for the Stormers. Little fake by Womack to the right. He goes to the left for Hughes. Hughes feeds it outside the blocks on the left side for Tyson. He works his way in the paint, spinning around, finds a little bit of a lane, can't get it to go, gets the rebound, can't get the putback, and then the rebound comes to him again. And now we have a whistle. And that's going to go against Hickles. That will be his first and the team's 3rd. Just a big mess of a scrum underneath the basket. Amir Ford will enter for Bryant Stratton. Ford, first-year player out of Lovejoy, Georgia. Him and Gabe Young, number 2, both out of Lovejoy High School. As he takes the pitch in, couple of handoffs at the top. And now Grant is going to reset the offense for Bryant Stratton with 10 on the shot clock. He's got a matchup against Hickles. Grant pulls up, free throw line, can't get it to go, and we're going to have a foul going against Bryant Stratton underneath on the rebound attempt. And that goes against Hughes. He picks up his 2nd and the team's 5th. So Milwaukee Tech with the 4-point lead. 10.5 to play here in our first half. Hickles outside the blocks. Hickles moving his way in the blocks, trying to find some space, and has the ball ripped away by Grant. Grant with his 2nd steal of the game. Midway point of our first half in this District B championship game in Region 4. Milwaukee Tech trying to punch their ticket to the national tournament for the 5th straight time. Womack, the 3 off the front of the rim, long rebound, ball is loose, and Grant is able to come up with it, but then has it stolen away by Breon Williams. The 3 left side, it's in the veins for Shaman Artis as he hits his 3rd and has 10 points in the first half and a 7-point Milwaukee Tech lead. Womack gives back to Thomas, who's been quiet, decides to put up a 3, and he matches. Thomas, he's hit 2 threes in this one, his only shots thus far. 4-point Milwaukee Tech lead. Taylor in the right corner, 1 dribble, uses it up, gives to Williams. Back to Taylor, wide open 3, that's a little off the mark, off the heel. Rebound is tipped out, and it's pulled in by Ford for the Bobcats. 9 minutes to go in our first half. 25-21, Milwaukee Tech leads. Thomas working on the right side against Williams. Williams not trying to give way. Thomas finds a little bit of a lane underneath outside the blocks on the right side, and he knocks it in. He's got 8 points in the game. It's a 2-point lead for the Stormers. 8.5 to go here in our first half, and that pass was off the mark, but it was because Hickles was held and couldn't get away. That'll go against Ford. It'll be his first, and that is the 6th against the team. So MATC will be in the bonus the rest of the way here for the final 8.5 minutes. Vival checks in for Bryant Stratton, and now we're going to have a timeout for Milwaukee Tech, a 30-second timeout with 8:33 to play in our first half in this Region 4 District B championship game. Want to thank you for tuning in. Want to thank Donovan on camera, LaShondra, our technical director, here today. We already told you, number 1 team in the country, National Park College, were upset. Number 4, Des Moines Area Community College, they were beat by the number 6 team in the country in their regional championship. There's only 2 at-large bids that are given. And you look at Milwaukee Area Technical College sitting at number 8, defending national champions. Might be in a win and in, and that's the only way situation. Morris, 76-72 winners over Orange County. Earlier today, Davidson-Davie, 84-77 over Bryant Stratton, Virginia. Ball nearly lost. Breon Williams in trouble trying to get rid of it, and he ends up turning it over as Womack picks it up. Nearly a steal by Taylor. He tried to jump it. Thomas working against Little on the left side. Little knocks the ball away, and then a late whistle. And they'll get Little for the foul. That will be his first. The 4th against the team. Little was running by the time that whistle blew. 2-point Milwaukee Tech lead. Vival with it. Thomas in front of the Milwaukee Tech bench, trying to feed underneath, and that's going to be a hold. Hickles solidly had the back of Tyson's jersey. You couldn't even see the number. That'll be his 2nd and the 5th against the team, and going to be a short time in for Hickles as he picks up his 2nd, and Williams Dryden will come back in for Milwaukee Tech. Inbound goes to Tyson. Tyson gives off to Ford. They swing it to Thomas on the right side, underneath for Tyson. Tyson backing up Williams Dryden, and he ended up walking. It'll be a turnover to Milwaukee Tech. McClendon will check in for Ford for Bryant Stratton. 2-point Milwaukee Tech lead. Stormers have led by as many as 7 in this one. Bryant Stratton has cut the deficit. Little, nice little pass to Williams, and Williams with the flush. Little able to find Williams, cutting baseline. And he's able to put it home for Milwaukee Tech. Nice pass underneath, and Thomas able to lay it up and in. He's in double digits as he took that one from Tyson. Tyson, his first assist of the game, averages a little under 3, and Williams Dryden answers on the other end for Milwaukee Tech as he's got 11 points. 57th career game, 28th this season for Williams Dryden with double figures. McClendon for 3, misses it on the wrong side of the rim, and Little comes away with the rebound for Milwaukee Tech. Williams and Little playing catch. Artis, they're trying to find Williams Dryden underneath, and now Artis decides to put up a 3, around and out, can't get it to go, and Taylor almost had the rebound but couldn't quite secure it, and it's tipped to Vival for Bryant Stratton. Carter Thomas in double figures. He's done it 55 times in his career, 29 this season. 4-point Milwaukee Tech lead. Tyson gives to Vival. Vival trying to find space. He's going to pull up short right corner. May have been partially blocked by Williams Dryden, and coming up with it is Taylor for Milwaukee Tech. The feed underneath, too easy. Williams Dryden has 13 as Little's able to find him underneath. And it's up to a 6-point lead for the Stormers. Artis working against Thomas. Thomas in the corner. Keeps the dribble. Throws it across to Womack. Womack nearly walked. Womack nearly loses it. McClendon able to pick it up, and now KJ Taylor comes away with it for Milwaukee Tech. His third steal. Taylor into a double team. Turnaround spinner. Good, and the harm. Taylor will be at the line for the and one for Milwaukee Tech. As the Stormers have built up their biggest lead of the game at 8 points, and that will go against Thomas, his first, the 7th team foul, and Grant will check in for Vival. We said Taylor just a dozen points short of 1,000 career points. That was his first basket of the game, and he adds the free throw, so he's down to 9. Needs 9 more. Averages 11.5 on the season, 5.5 to play here in the first half. 9-point Milwaukee Tech lead, just like that. They've extended it. Using a 7-0 run here. Tyson gives it off to McClendon. Over to the right side for Grant. Womack back to Grant. They swing it for Thomas. Thomas a 3, and Thomas hits on it. Thomas with 13 in the first half. 34-28. Bryant Williams, floater, can't get it to go, but there's Taylor with the putback for Milwaukee Tech. He's got 5, 7 short of the 1,000 career point milestone. 4:44 on the clock here in the first half. Tyson, Womack, they get it back to Grant. He's going to reset things. Grant puts it up, high post right side, can't get it to go. Williams Dryden with the board for MATC. Artis around his man and can't get it to go. That was Womack that's going to pick up the foul. That'll be his first, and Artis will be at the line shooting 2. 80% free throw shooter is Artis, the second-year player from Charlotte, North Carolina. Played at Independence Community College for 2 years, 2021, 21-22, before finding his way to MATC, as he's got 11 points with that free throw. Melvin will check into the game for Artis. 48 career games, 26 this season in double digits. He came in with 918 points. So if Milwaukee Tech can get in the national tournament, a chance for Artis to maybe reach that 1,000-point milestone. They need to go deep. He does average about 14 points a game. And Milwaukee Tech now with their first double-digit lead of the game at 38-28. As we near the 4-minute mark here in the first half. Thomas in the paint, leaves it out for McClendon. Corner 3, partially blocked by Little and pulled in by Artis. Shot by Artis is off the front of the rim, off the glass, and Thomas with the rebound for the Bobcats. Unofficially, the first rebound for Thomas. 10-point Stormer lead, 3.5 to go here in our first half. Right side, Melvin gives to Tyson. Tyson with the handoff. Now they try to get it back to Tyson. They can't find him. Little comes away with it. Little scoop layup going coast to coast. And he plants it. And Milwaukee Tech leads by a dozen with 3:10 to play in the first half. Tyson working against Williams Dryden, trying to back him up. Tyson kicks it out instead. Corner 3 for Melvin, a little short off the front side rim, and Williams Dryden with his third rebound of the contest. Under 3 to play. Artis, a wide open 3, uses a dribble, gets a better look and knocks it down. He's got 15 points. Over his season average already, and it's going to lead to a timeout by Bryant Stratton, a full timeout. As Milwaukee Tech has built a 15-point lead on a 13-1 run. 13-3 run, check that. 2:50 to play. Take a look at some of the other scores taking place across the country at this level. Howard of Maryland up on CCBC Catonsville 39-32. That game ongoing right now. And of course ours 43-28. Some action going on tomorrow as well. St. Clair County and Lakeland, Hocking and Bay College, and Kalamazoo Valley and Macomb. Macomb, of course, the team that Milwaukee Tech beat a year ago for that national championship. Those games taking place tomorrow. NJCAA selection show will be coming up as well this week to figure out who's playing who and set that bracket. Left corner three by Melvin. That time he's able to knock it down. He's got 5 points, 34% on the season. Down to a 12-point Milwaukee Tech lead with 2.5 to play here in the first half. Taylor looking for somewhere to go. One dribble, used it up. Foxwell back to Taylor. Taylor circling around, triple team. Ball's knocked away. Goes out of bounds. It'll remain Milwaukee Tech basketball with 11 on the shot clock. .217 on the game clock. Foxwell in there for Milwaukee Tech. Artis driving baseline. Reverse layup is good. Artis is having himself a half. 17 points. He had a nice game last time these two teams played. 8 rebounds, 7 assists, and 6 steals back a month ago. Didn't necessarily have all the scoring. Tonight, he's getting the scoring going. Doing it on the offensive end with the basketball. Grant with 5 on the shot clock. McClendon finds a little space and gets it to go off the rim and in. McClendon's first points of the game. He averages over 8. Foxwell thought about a 3. He backs up off of it. 12-point Milwaukee Tech lead, a little under 90 seconds to play. Foxwell, free throw line, catch and shoot off the back iron. Williams-Dryden with the rebound, and we're going to have an offensive foul against Williams-Dryden, as he tried to dish it off but put a little too much body into Parker Grant. That'll be the first against Williams-Dryden. The 5th against the team. Check that, the 6th against the team. As Williams-Dryden just didn't see Thomas there. 12-point lead for Milwaukee Tech in this District B Region 4 championship game, trying to get to Danville for the 5th time and get a chance to defend their national championship of a year ago. That ball's knocked away. Williams-Dryden comes away with it. He's going to try and take it the whole way. Can't get it to go, but the follow-up and the flush from Cyrus Little. 47-33 with 40 seconds to go here in the first half. Stormer bench getting loud. Thomas loses it underneath. Again picked up by Williams-Dryden. Taylor leaves behind for Artis for 3. Can't get it to land. And nice effort by Cyrus Little trying to throw it off at Thomas, but they say that it went off of Little as he was going out of bounds. It'll be Bryant Stratton basketball as they bring in James Hughes. 14-point Milwaukee Tech lead, 26 seconds to go. No shot clock here. Bryant Stratton can play for the last shot, and they'll get possession coming in to start the second half. Little confusion. Hughes trying to direct traffic. Gives to Grant. McClendon, Tyson with 4 seconds to go. Hands it off to Grant. Grant, short left corner, can't get it to go. Tyson with the rebound, but not enough time to get a shot off. And at the end of the first half, MATC has been able to build a 14-point lead, 47-33 over Bryant Stratton. In the first meeting between these two teams, it was a little bit closer, 40 to 32. Milwaukee Tech led by 8 at the half. We're going to take a little bit of a break, and we will come back shortly before the start of the second half with the stats from the first half, the official stats for you from the first half. This is MATC Stormers basketball on YouTube. It's the Region 4 District B National Championship game, and we'll be back in a few.
Okay. Because I wiggled the headset
We're back at the half. A little bit of time left in the shoot-around, and not much that we can tell you off the stats. They're having a little bit of a printer problem here at Rock Valley College. We can tell you Bryant Stratton shot 13 of 29, 45% from the floor, 4 of 11, 36.5% from outside, and 3 of 4 at the free throw line. Meanwhile, Milwaukee Tech 18 of 28, over 64%, 4 of 8 from distance, 7 of 8 at the free throw line. Leading the way for the Stormers was Artis. He has 17 points in the game. Williams Dryden with 13, 4 rebounds, a couple of assists, and a couple of steals. 5 points for Taylor with a board, a couple of assists, and a steal. 4 points for Little and Williams. Little with 3 assists, 2 rebounds, and 2 steals. Meanwhile, for Bryant Stratton, 13 points for Carter Thomas. He came on late there. 7 points for Jaheim Tyson, 6 for Grant, 5 for Melvin, and 2 for McClendon. All their points coming from their starters. 7 rebounds already for Tyson in this one. And it will be Bryant Stratton basketball as we start off the second half of play with MATC with a lead of 47 to 33 over Bryant Stratton. Both these teams fighting to keep their season going, trying to punch their tickets to the national championship in Danville coming up in about 9 days. That will start here on Monday the 18th. Bryant Stratton. Grant gets it into the corner for Melvin. He tries to feed Tyson underneath, and there's going to be a foul called against MATC right off the bat, and that will be Williams Dryden. He picks up his second, getting one here with just 13 seconds to go in the second half. I want to thank you for joining us. I'm Don Wadowitz, joined by Donovan on camera, LaShondra, our technical director. Last game we'll have for you here on the Stormers YouTube for basketball. After this, it's all handled if MATC makes it to Nationals at Danville Community College. They have a really nice production set up there, having hosted the national championship many times. Tyson trying to back up Williams Dryden, and Tyson puts it high off the glass and gets it to go down as he's got 9 points in the game. 12-point lead for Milwaukee Tech. Foxwell decides to put up a 3, high off the back iron, and Tyson comes down with the rebound. That is his 8th rebound of the game as he's close to a double-double. 9 points and 8 rebounds for Tyson in this one. Thomas with it on the left side. He feeds Tyson. Tyson spinning around Williams Dryden, throws it up with the right hand with the scoop, can't get it to go, and the board is grabbed by Taylor for Milwaukee Tech. Taylor with 5 points in that first half, came in needing a dozen for 1,000 career points. Into the right corner for Washington. Nobody guarding him out there. He's going to drive into the paint. Washington step back shot off the back iron, off the glass and in. And Washington with his second bucket of the game. He's got 4 points. He's been doing a big job on the boards as of late. Not so much here today thus far, but averaging almost 5 rebounds a game as Washington is able to come away with the steal. Artis feeds Washington, and Washington lays it up and in. Artis lets Washington finish it off, and then nearly stolen away on the inbound. Oh, Washington, a ball of energy out there to start this second half for Milwaukee Tech, leading again by 14. 2 minutes gone here in the second half. Winner of this one will go to Nationals. And Taylor got bodied up by 2 Stormer players. Can't get the shot to go. The rebound grabbed by Williams Dryden, and an and one on the other end. Dre Washington again. It's been all him here in the second half thus far for MATC. Washington, 50% on the year. And he's able to hit. He's now up to 9 points in the game, just like that for the Stormers. As they have a 19-point lead here, 54-35. Thomas wide open three right side, a little too heavy. Rebound is going to be pulled away by Melvin. McClendon gives it off. Three by Thomas, can't get that to fall either. And Foxwell comes up with it for Milwaukee Tech. Foxwell, scoop layup, doesn't go, but Williams Dryden is there. He's able to tip it in for the bucket. Williams Dryden with 15 points. He's scored over 20 in each of the last two games. Out to the right side, three by Grant is off the front of the rim, and Foxwell pulls down the board for the Stormers. Washington thought about a three left side, decides to extend the possession here, and then can't get it to go as Thomas pulls down the rebound. And Thomas tries to go coast to coast. His shot is off the mark, off the glass, and Williams Dryden has it for MATC. Williams Dryden working against Tyson. And Williams Dryden drops it in. And that is going to lead to a timeout being taken, as Bryant Stratton will take the timeout, as Williams Dryden now has 17 points in the game, just three short of having three straight games with 20 for Milwaukee Tech. Williams Dryden in his career, 18 times he's hit 20 points. He's done it 10 times this season for the Stormers. 58-35. Milwaukee Tech extends their lead with 16-12 to play. Again, the winner of this one keeps dancing. They go to the national tournament down in Danville, Illinois. We thank you for joining us here on Stormer Vision. Women's games coming up after this. Hope to see you out at the baseball and softball field, no matter what happens here this afternoon on the court here at Rock Valley College. Support the Stormer baseball and softball teams down there. Of course, you can find out more information about Stormers athletics at matcstormers.com. 23-point Milwaukee Tech lead just 4 minutes into the second half. They had led by 14 at halftime. McClendon with it. Gives to Tyson. Tyson's been quiet for a while. He's going to work his way into the paint, kicks it out. A three by Thomas. Around and out, can't get it to go, and Artis comes up with it for Milwaukee Tech. Foxwell looking underneath. Can't feed Williams Dryden. Being tied up by Tyson. Washington has his shot partially blocked. Comes up with his own rebound. Loses the ball, gets it back, throws it off the bottom of the rim, and we're going to have a foul. That will be against Tyson. It'll be his first. Second against the team, and Washington back at the line. Hit his first. Washington coming in averaging 6 points a game on the season, but 11.3 over the last three, and he's been shooting 59%. As he hits that one, he's got double digits now. He's scored in double figures in 7 games in his career for the first-year player out of Manly Career Academy in Chicago. Averaged 23 points a game in high school and hits the second as well. And Washington will take a breather. Little will come in. Little's done a nice job off the bench for Milwaukee Tech here today. 4 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, a couple of steals for Little. As the Stormers have a 25-point lead, 60-35 over Bryant Stratton. And now Grant Thomas feeds it underneath and is able to find Tyson for the basket. As Williams Dryden fell down trying to reach up high for that, left it wide open for Tyson underneath. Foxwell is able to get it to Williams Dryden, working against Tyson. Nice little spin move, nowhere else to go. Little turnaround shot off the give, and Little is able to hit on that. He's got 6 points in the game, came in averaging 6.3 points a contest for Milwaukee Tech. Back up to a 25-point lead. Grant works his way around Foxwell and lays it up and in. Grant up to 8 points in the game. He filled up the stat sheet pretty well in that first half. Williams Dryden off the mark, kisses the front of the rim, and McClendon comes up with their board for Bryant Stratton. Left side, McClendon. McClendon finding some space. Check that. That's Melvin. Out to Grant for a 3 right wing, and Grant hits 31% on the season. Grant now has 11 points in the game, scored in double figures now in 21 career games for the first-year player out of Columbia, South Carolina. Career high 26 points this year for him. Taylor spinning, looking, holding that foot at the free throw line. Turnaround shot well off the mark. Didn't hit anything as the shot clock was expiring. And Hickles will check in off the turnover by Milwaukee Tech, and in for Bryant Stratton will be Hughes. Hughes, quite a few minutes in that first half of play, not much in the stat column. He's totaled just 4 total points in the last 9 games. He started 8 of the first 12 games for these Bobcats. Wide open 3, left of the circle. Thomas can't get it to float down. The rebound, though, is grabbed and put back in. That is Hughes. As we're talking about, he was rather silent, gets the board and the putback, and Milwaukee Tech will now take a timeout as their lead is down to 18, 62-44 with 13:06 to play here in the game. Stormers built that lead up to about 25, and now Bryant Stratton has cut into it just a little bit here. Again, the importance of this game, there are 2 at-large bids into the national tournament. However, the number 1 ranked team in the country, National Park College, lost, as did the number 4 ranked team in the country, Des Moines Area Community College. They lost to number 6, Ellsworth Community College. That means that when you're MATC and you're at number 8, that door may be closed, that this may be a win to get in game for the Stormers. And of course, that's the way you want it to be anyhow. You want to go in. Milwaukee Area Technical College has been playing very well on a 7-game win streak. Bryant Stratton as well. They haven't lost since they lost to MATC. They've won their last 4. Artis from the bench is a little bit strong. Little with the rebound, tries to go back up, and he has the ball knocked away. Bryant Stratton with it. Hughes gives behind him to Grant. Grant is able to get to the rim and lays it up and in. And Grant has 7 points here in the second half, 13 in the game, about 1.5 points over his average, but he's been averaging 16 points a game over the last 10, so he's staying hot. Little working on that right wing, little spin move against Hughes, picks up his dribble, needs some help. Artis gives back to Little, and Little with a clear lane to the rim, lays it up and in. He's up to 8 points in the game. 4 in each half for Little. Back up to an 18-point lead for Milwaukee Tech, 12 minutes to go. McClendon, his shot was partially blocked, and it's picked up by Artis. That was Taylor that comes away with the block. Right corner, Little finds Foxwell cutting across the paint. Foxwell, free throw line, misses it all on the fadeaway jumper, and it'll be Bryant Stratton basketball. Womack will check in for Bryant Stratton, and Williams-Dryden in for Milwaukee Tech. Again, Bryant Stratton, the last 3 years, they have made it to this championship game. They have been denied all 3 times. They've made it 4 of the last 5, and they have not been able to win at this level. Thomas triple teamed underneath, trying to find space, and they're going to call a held ball as Hickles was able to get a hand on it, and that'll give it to MATC as Breon Williams checks in for Taylor. 11.5 to go. Milwaukee Tech leading Bryant Stratton by 18. Of course, MATC, since they made the switch to Division II, they have gone to the national tournament every year. When you take out the Big C year, that COVID year, Artis in front of the bench feeds Williams-Dryden, and he has the ball knocked away, but it's going to be a foul, and that was Hughes guarding him. That'll be the 3rd on Hughes and the 3rd against the team, and they'll reset the shot clock to 20 seconds. Davidson Davey, they're playing. They've pretty much punched their ticket, I believe. South Suburban, they beat Wabanzi in the game before ours, the number 3 team in the country, so they'll be in Danville. Williams-Dryden can't get it to go the first time or the second time, and then Hughes is able to pick up the rebound for Bryant Stratton. Thomas finds a lane. He's going to kick it out instead. Melvin for 3 off the back of the rim. And Breon Williams with the rebound for Milwaukee Tech. Williams feeds Williams-Dryden. He can't get it to go, but the tip-in is good. And Shelton Williams-Dryden very close to a double-double. I have him unofficially with 9 rebounds in the game to go with his 19 points. Grant, left wing 3, no, Little with the rebound. His 4th of the game. Williams-Dryden finds Hickles, and Hickles is going to be hacked from behind. That'll be Grant. He'll be at the line, I believe, shooting 2. That's the 2nd against Grant, the 4th against the team, and Hickles at the line where he's a 49% free throw shooter. Hickles off the bench for the most part for Milwaukee Tech. He did start 9 games this year. Oh, they're not going to say a shooting foul. He's recorded 9 double-doubles. He's had a 23-20 game this season. The feed to Little from Williams-Dryden, and Little with a bunny there for MATC. And Williams-Dryden with another assist for the Stormers. As Milwaukee Tech back up to a 22-point lead. And a 3 from the outside is good. As that is Jaden Melvin. And it'll be a full timeout here for Milwaukee Tech, as they will take a full timeout. Melvin with 8 points in the game for Bryant Stratton. 21-point lead for Milwaukee Tech. After the Breon Williams layup for the Stormers. Gave him 6 points in the game. Last season, Williams played 19 games, averaged just 7 minutes, 5 points a game. This year, averaging about 17 minutes a game, 8.4 points, 3.8 rebounds. He registered a double-double against Moraine Valley back in November. 20 points and 11 rebounds for the second-year guard who redshirted at Triton College in the 21-22 season. So Milwaukee Tech playing with a 21-point lead, about the midway point here in the second half in this Region 4 District B championship game. Again, some of the scores: Morris beat Orange County in New York. They went to Danville last year, Orange County, 76-72. Davidson Davey They punch their ticket, 84-77 win over Bryant Stratton of Virginia. And we told you South Suburban 94-82 over Waubonsie. Bryant Stratton basketball coming off the timeout. Grant circling around. He's going to be fouled by Taylor. Can't get the shot to land. That'll be the second against Taylor. Second against Milwaukee Tech. That'll put Grant at the line, 77% on the season for Grant. Grant attempted double-digit shot attempts in 8 of the last 12 games. 14 games total this season, so 12 of the 14, or 8 of the 14 have been the last 12 as he misses that free throw. Teams have been very good from the charity stripe. 13 points. He scored in double figures in 21 games now as he knocks that one down. Grant with 14 points in the game. Stormers can't get it to go. Grant comes away with the rebound. Loses the ball. Grant is able to pick it back up. 20-point Milwaukee Tech lead. Grant decides to pull up for a three, and he's able to knock it down. He's heating up. That could be trouble. 17 points for Grant. And the lead for Milwaukee Tech down to 17. Now an errant pass by Williams is going to be picked up by Melvin. Williams then tries to go for the steal, and that leaves Thomas a lane driving baseline, and that's going to be a foul against Williams Dryden. Nope, they're going to say against Cyrus Little. That'll be his second. That's good for the Stormers. Didn't want 3 on Williams Dryden there. Third team foul. Puts Thomas at the line, 86% on the year, and he misses that one. Artis will check into the game for Little. Thomas tied for 7th in the region in steals. He's 2nd in the region, 10th in the country in free throws, 86.2%. And he's able to hit that second one. His first point here in the second half. He's got 14 in the game. Washington, he's going to the basket. Can't get it to go. Williams Dryden is able to tip it to Bryant Williams. He can't get it to go. Then Williams Dryden back up, and it spins the wrong way. But Williams Dryden will be at the line as that will go against Thomas. It'll be his second and the 5th against the team. And that'll put Williams Dryden at the line. And with those rebounds, Williams Dryden should have a double-double in the game unofficially. That should give him an extra bonus one even. Unless my numbers are way off as he knocks down that first free throw. Now he has 20 points. He's scored 20 or more points in the last 3 games now. 9th in the region coming in with 19.3 points a game as he hits the second one as well. 21 points for Williams Dryden. He's had 22 and 23 points in the last 2 games. He's getting hot for Milwaukee Tech at just the right time. Grant needs some help. Is able to get it. Grant with the basketball again. Now he gives off to Melvin. Melvin back to Grant. Grant kicks it out. Womack, right corner 3, and he hits it. Womack with his first points of the game, 36% from distance. He scored just a total of 6 points in the last 7 games while shooting 2 of 10, and Womack knocks that one down. 15-point Milwaukee Tech lead with 8 minutes to play. This was a 25-point lead not too long ago. Artis with 10 on the shot clock tries to feed Williams Dryden underneath, and it's stolen away by Melvin. Melvin with a pair of steals here in the second half. And now Grant out of control going down the paint and kicks the ball, and they're going to give it to Milwaukee Tech. Loose ball kicked by Bryant Stratton, and Grant maybe cramping a little bit, or he's holding his right shin, and he's asking for the trainer to come in. Tyson will check into the game for Bryant Stratton, and they're calling for the trainer to come out. Grant is going to hobble off the court under his own power.
just been a very solid game by MATC so far. A lot of times you're used to seeing a lot of electrifying plays from this team. Haven't really seen that too much in this one. You haven't seen the power dunks, the alley-oops. You had Artis get hot for a while from distance for the Stormers in that first half. Other than that, it's just been a total team effort. Washington has the ball knocked away, and it's tipped right into the hands of Melvin underneath, and the shot doesn't fall for Thomas, but he will be at the line shooting 2, and that's going to go against Washington. He picks up his first. 4th team foul, and Thomas back at the line. Again, one of the top free throw shooters in the country in Division II. And he's able to hit that first one. Thomas, a slow start to the game, then he picked up, ended up with 13 points at the half. Kind of similar here in the second half, as it's been a slow half for him. That's just his 3rd point, as he's got 16 now. Ball nearly stolen away. Washington able to come up with it. He gives to Artis. Artis feeds off to Williams-Dryden, who lays it up and in, and Williams-Dryden has scored double-digit points in each half. The 3 off the mark by Melvin. It goes out of bounds off of Milwaukee Tech. And checking in for Bryant Stratton, Grant is back in there. Good to see him back in. It'll remain Bryant Stratton basketball. Trailing by 15. Milwaukee Tech had built this to a 25-point lead here in the second half. Bryant Stratton has been able to hold it to around 15 for the last few minutes now. Tyson working against Williams-Dryden. Little spin move, and 1 for Tyson. Gets it to fall and the harm. That will go against Washington, his 2nd, and that'll put Tyson at the line. 47% on the season for Tyson. Tyson 9th in Region 4 with 3 offensive rebounds per game. Often the rebounds here in the second half haven't been there, but he had 7 in the first half of play in total rebounds. 6 double-double performances. And gets the shooter's bounce there. Some pressure being put on by Bryant Stratton, as they are now within a dozen. Washington gives off. Artis, catch and shoot, corner 3, can't get it to go, and we're going to have a foul on the rebound attempt. That's going to go against Tyson. It'll be the 6th team foul, and that'll be the 2nd foul against Tyson. Tyson has scored in double figures in 18 games now, having done it in this one. He's got 14 points. He scored 20 or more points 4 times, had double-digit rebounds in 7 games, even had a game with double-digit assists, and that was a double-double for him as well. Artis trying to get it in, finds Washington as time was running out to get it in. Washington's going to slow things down, back it up along the Milwaukee Tech bench. Washington in the paint. Washington double team rejected out of bounds by Tyson. Only 7 left on the shot clock here. One of our first blocks of the game. Haven't seen too many of those in this one. Big possession here for Milwaukee Tech. Artis goes to the glass, can't get it to go. And it goes out of bounds, and they didn't reset the shot clock, and I think it should be, and yes, now they have reset it, because Artis was able to hit the back of the rim on that one, and then it was knocked out of bounds by Bryant Stratton, so it'll remain Milwaukee Tech basketball with a clean 20 on the clock. Breon Williams, Grant nearly knocked the ball away. Instead, he's going to get called for the foul. That will be the 7th team foul. And that means Milwaukee Tech will be at the line the rest of the way in the bonus, as Breon Williams, a 65% shooter, will be at the line shooting the 1-and-1. Williams, with 6 points in the game, has a rebound, an assist, and a steal unofficially for Milwaukee Tech. And now we're ready here. And Williams able to hit it. That had a big free throw there. This one even bigger. Like to keep it to where Bryant Stratton has to do some work to get it into single digits, and Williams hits them both as he's got 8 points in the game. Back up to a 14-point lead for Milwaukee Tech. Tyson in the paint. Williams-Dryden is able to stop him. He gives off to Thomas. Thomas trying to find some room. Little spin move and has that blocked and taken by Washington, but Washington falling down. Lost the basketball. Thomas is able to pick it up, lays it up and in, and they're going to call a foul on Washington as he was trying to get out of the way but couldn't. That's the third against Washington, sixth against the team, and Thomas will be at the line. So Washington, a block, a rebound there, falling to the court, keeping his dribble but having it stolen away. 6:01 to play, and one of the best free throw shooters in the country is able to hit on that. He's got 19 points in the game now. He scored 20 or more points in 7 straight games, and that's stolen away. And KJ Taylor with the block, but it's knocked out of bounds, and somebody may have landed on Taylor's foot as he's got a couple blocks now. Washington will check out. Foxwell will check in for Milwaukee Tech. 11-point lead for the Stormers. 5:54 to play. Bryant Stratton trying to get this into single digits in this Region 4 District B championship game. A chance to go to the national tournament in Danville on the line. Tyson gives to Hughes. Hughes guarded by Williams. Now they're going to reset back to Grant. On the head of the Golden Eagle, Grant gets a screen, and now they're going to call an offensive foul. That will go against Melvin, his third. And Taylor a little shaken up and looked like he wanted to inbound it, but they say no, you're going to take the inbound. Working against Thomas. Taylor gets it across the median. About 5.5 minutes to play. 11-point Milwaukee Tech lead. They've led by as many as 25. Williams-Dryden, free throw line jumper, off the heel. Picked up by Breon Williams, a putback. He can't get it to go, but he'll be at the line shooting 2 as he was fouled. And that will go against Hughes. And that is the 4th against Hughes. And Milwaukee Tech is going to be shooting 2 the rest of the way here now, as Williams is again at the line where he just hit 2 and he knocks down his 3rd straight. Makes this one. He'll have scored in double digits in 14 career games, 10 of them this season. And Williams able to do so. 65% free throw shooter, has been clean here this afternoon. 13-point lead for Milwaukee Tech as we near 5 minutes left to play in the game. Grant gets a screen from Tyson. They're trying to find Tyson underneath. He loses Williams-Dryden. Double team. Now dribbles under the basket. And he's able to find some space, but we're going to have a whistle, and they're going to call a travel against Tyson. Second time he's been called for that under the basket. Trying to find some space. There was none there with the twin towers of Foxwell and Williams-Dryden. They get it into Foxwell, and Foxwell nearly loses it, gives to Taylor, and Artis gets it across to Foxwell. Foxwell gives to Breon Williams, but we're going to have a foul. Is that going to be a blocking foul? It looks like it is before the pass, and it looks like Melvin might have gotten the double harm as he's holding his left hand, right hand, as he goes back on defense after taking that foul. That is the 4th against him. Under 5 to play. Oh, check that. That was against Milwaukee Tech. So make it 3 against them. Thomas
Three straight on is good for Thomas. Thomas now over 20 points in the game. He's done that 33 times in his career, 21 this season. As we'll have a foul against Bryant Stratton, and that will go against Thomas. That'll be his third. And that'll put Taylor at the line shooting 2. It's a 10th team foul against Bryant Stratton. Taylor, 73% on the year, can't get the first one to fall. 10-point lead for Milwaukee Tech. Again, they've led by as many as 25 in the second half. Taylor, second free throw. He does get that one to go. Taylor, 6 points away from 1,000 career points. 11-point Milwaukee Tech lead. Getting tight late here, as Bryant Stratton has been able to turn it on, and we have a foul that will go against Milwaukee Tech. That will go against Bryant Williams, his first. And in the bonus, Bryant Stratton. That'll put Thomas at the line, and Washington will check in for Milwaukee Tech, and Womack in for Bryant Stratton. I want to thank Donovan on camera, LaShondra, our technical director here this afternoon. I'm Don Wadowitz, happy to be bringing you this Region 4 District B title game. Chance to go to Danville on the line, and Thomas is able to hit on the first. 23 points in the game for Thomas. Again, 8 straight games with 20-plus points. Came in 5th in the region, averaging 21.2 points a game. Been averaging nearly 7 boards a game as well over the last few. Haven't seen him on the boards all that much in this one. Pressure being applied by Bryant Stratton. Milwaukee Tech playing catch. Long outlet pass now. Williams-Dryden holds on to it on the left wing for the Stormers. Now he's going to move to the basket, and Williams-Dryden is able to put it off the glass and in. Williams-Dryden with 25 points in the game. Back up to an 11-point lead for MATC. After Bryant Stratton got it under 10 with about 4 minutes to play. Thomas feeling it, and is a little too strong on that one, and the rebound comes down to Washington, and we have a whistle and a timeout taken by MATC. That will be a full timeout taken by the Stormers. 3:45 to play in the contest. Bryant Stratton pulled it to within 9 at 79-70 at about the 4-minute mark. Williams-Dryden able to answer on the other end, as it looks like Cyrus Little might be checking in for Milwaukee Tech. Coach Travis Mrozik making sure that the officials saw that he checked in, since he didn't maybe go as far as he should have there. And looks like Shelton Williams-Dryden is taking the roller to his calf on his left leg here for Milwaukee Tech on the sideline, and giving both of them a little bit of a massage. MATC, defending national champions, trying to get back to Danville for a chance to defend their title. Meanwhile, Bryant Stratton, 4 of the last 5 years, their season has ended in this game, including the last 3 years, the district championship game. Not ranked, 23-9 on the year. They were 15-5 in the region. Milwaukee Tech 16-3 in the region. The number 2 seed behind South Suburban, who is going to Danville. Taylor has a little trouble with that pass, is able to pull it in, gives to Artis, back to Foxwell at the top. Foxwell finds a lane. Foxwell lays it up with the left hand, and it's good. Foxwell just 4 points in the game, came in averaging 9.5, but that a big basket for Milwaukee Tech. Puts them up by 13 with 3:15 to play in regulation. Grant finding his way into the paint, throws it off the glass, can't get it to go. Rebound by Cyrus Little. Little on the left side, nearly fouled by Grant on a reach-in. Artis now. Taylor working at the 3-meter line where you see the volleyball stripe there. Gives to Artis with 10 on the shot clock. Taylor, a little touch pass to Foxwell, and Foxwell couldn't hold on to it, and then he landed on Thomas, and so that'll be a foul on Foxwell. He'll pick up his 3rd personal, 9th against the team, and that'll put Thomas, one of the best free throw shooters in the country, at the line. Checking in for the first time for Bryant Stratton, the 5'11" second-year player, Traylon Barnett. Placine action in his 23rd game, averaging just 2 rebounds a game, or 2 points a game over the last 3 games here. As Thomas is true. And he missed his first one. When you're up near 90%, that's about all you're going to miss. As Breon Williams will check in for Foxwell. 2:44 left to play in regulation here. Both teams will be in double bonus from here on out. And Thomas hits them both. He's got 26 points in the game. Career high of 34. Accidental horn. Little tries to get it to Williams. Williams couldn't handle it, and then going up and cleaning it up is Taylor, and he'll be at the line with the harm. Foul goes against Barnett as he picks up his first. And Grant will check in as Barnett checks out. And MATC will bring in Williams Dryden. Taylor now with 8 points in the game, trying to make it 9. And he does. Just a triple short of 1,000 career points. 14-point lead again for Milwaukee Tech. 2.5 to go in this Region 4 District B championship game in the Midwest. Grant over on the left side gives to Thomas. Back to Grant. A 3 from his bench. A little bit short. Rebound is tipped. Comes down to Womack. Into the right corner. 3 by Melvin, and Melvin connects on the triple. And Melvin with 11 points in the game as he scores in double figures one more time, 19 times in his career. And a timeout taken by Bryant Stratton as they are down by 11 with 2:13 to go, as this one's starting to heat up here at Rock Valley College, the host for the region tournament. As you can see there, the timeouts available to each team. Little dashes underneath the initials for the team. We'll let you know that. Want to thank all of you that are chiming in on the YouTube chat. Feel free to drop us a line there. Some Stormer fans on there. Taylor fans chiming in last. Yes, Williams Dryden, big game for Milwaukee Tech here. 25 points, double-double, I have it in my book. Even has 3 assists, which is double his season average. A couple of steals in there for Shelton Williams Dryden too. Taylor will inbound for Milwaukee Tech. Again, heavy pressure being put on by Bryant Stratton. Washington trapped a little bit, but they're going to call a foul against Bryant Stratton, and that'll put Washington at the line shooting 2. They call that against Barnett. He's in there apparently collect the harms and keep Grant away from that, as Grant already has 3 fouls. Their point guard, and that'll put Washington at the line. Washington, a quiet first half, but has 9 here in the second half and knocks down the first. A dozen for Washington as Grant checks in, as well as McClendon for Bryant Stratton.
Washington, a few rebounds here in the second half. He's been averaging over 5 over the last 5 games as he hits the second one. 3.3 on the season for him. 13 points for Washington, 3 short of his career high. Grant gives to McClendon. He thought about a 3-1 dribble to keep himself from traveling. Now they get it around, and Womack tries to drive baseline. Moving catch and shoot 3 by Melvin is good. He's got 14 points in the game, and it's back to a 10-point lead as Milwaukee Tech beats the press, and we're going to have a foul before Williams-Dryden got that pass off, so he'll be at the line shooting 2, and that'll go against Carter Thomas. And that's going to be his 4th. Carter Thomas has never fouled out of a game in his career. He's sitting at 4 fouls with 100 seconds left to play for Bryant Stratton. Williams-Dryden can't get the first one to go. Just his second miss from the charity stripe in this one. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining. And Williams-Dryden does get the second one to fall. 26 points. His career high, 32. So a little ways away. And now a timeout called by Bryant Stratton before they got that ball inbounded. So they'll have 1 remaining here. Thanks for the compliments on the stream, Billy. Appreciate it. Mike, thank you. Good to see you tuned in, even though you're not out here working the game. Williams-Dryden has been getting it, Metal Mama 4 Sons. He has definitely been getting it here. 26 points. We will carry the postgame for you as well as they give out the all-tournament team and they present the award to the runners-up and to the winners. So we will keep it here for you for that as well. And hopefully we'll have some of the official stats by then. I'm hoping it actually maybe updates in the system quickly and we can get those for you because the printer having some major problems here. Can barely see some of the names. Bad day to be a Bobcat. Well, we still got some time. 11 points, 100 seconds to go. This is basketball. I've seen this overcome. I'd feel a lot more comfortable with that 25-point lead. Bryant Stratton has done a great job here in the second half after MATC built up that 25-point lead to bring it. As Thomas looks for a 3, he can't hit on that, but the rebound is saved by Bryant Stratton as Womack is able to haul that one in. Melvin, little Euro step, can't get it to go, and there is Williams-Dryden with the rebound, and he gets it to Taylor, and we are going to have... Was a timeout called? Now the officials are talking. Thought they were looking at Coach Casey trying to say that somebody called a timeout, and now they're saying Little or Artis called a timeout for Milwaukee Tech, and so now they are going to go, and I heard Coach Casey say no, he did not, so I don't know if he overheard one of the officials say that they didn't see it or think he did. We've had some interesting things here between the 2 games. I was talking about that Waubonsie and South Suburban game that was before this one, the District A championship, where the Waubonsie head coach was disqualified with 9 minutes to play in the first half. 9 to play in the first half, received his 2nd technical. And it didn't look like he said anything. Looked like he just kind of gave a wave to the officials, just kind of dropping your hand like, I don't even know what to say about that type thing. And they gave him his 2nd tee and disqualified him, and South Suburban ended up rolling in that one. Bryant and in that, Waubonsie had pulled that game to within 6 and 7 points in the second half. They get it into Washington, and Washington is going to get tied up, and it's Barnett who's been in there collecting the fouls for Bryant Stratton that will wrap them up. And now the substitutions coming in for Bryant Stratton after the first free throw here. It'll be McClendon and Thomas checking back in. Washington at the line. Washington, a big second half scoring-wise, has 11 in the second half, 13 in the game, and he hits that one. 14 points, came in averaging 6, but again, talked about his last 3 games, 11.3 points a game, and also 5.2 rebounds a contest. Metal Mom, no, we won't be streaming it, as he misses on the second one, a little lackadaisical there on the rebound. That's all handled by the National Tournament Committee, so they have a really nice stream in Danville. It does cost, though. McClendon a 3 off the front of the rim, and Little goes up and pulls down the rebound. Unofficially, Little's 6th rebound. Artis has the ball knocked out from behind, and Melvin didn't think that was a foul. But he does pick it up, and that will be his 4th personal. And that will put Artis at the line. Artis, he had a huge first half. He had 17 points. Offensively, scoring-wise, this will be, if he can knock one of these down, his first point here in the second half, as we have 54 seconds to go. And Artis does hit the first one. 18 points for Artis. Scored in double digits, 48 games, 26 this year, and he hits that one as well. So Milwaukee Tech has built it back up to a 14-point lead here late. Grant, a little stop and drop, couldn't get it to go, and there's Williams-Dryden again with the rebound. Taylor gives it off over to Williams-Dryden. They're playing catch, trying to keep it away from being a foul, and actually that is going to be it. Bryant Stratton is going to let it run out here. Milwaukee Tech will take a... Oh, no. Going to go and put up the shot, and there is the exclamation point that we've been looking for from Cyrus Little. Slams it home as Milwaukee Tech is going to punch their ticket to the national tournament in Danville for the 5th straight year. Every year that they've been in Division II, they have gone, and it will be no different in 2024 as they take down Bryant Stratton 94-78 in the Region 4 District B Midwest Championship game. Dance on, MATC, dance on. We're going to carry the post-game award ceremony for you here. We will have the stadium audio of that for you as Milwaukee Tech will have an opportunity. They'll have the opportunity to defend their national title from a year ago down in Danville, Illinois, and that will begin on Monday. Not this Monday, the following Monday, March 18th, but there is going to be a selection show coming up. Stay tuned to matcstormers.com. They'll have information on that. Find out what the bracket looks like, who MATC is going to be playing. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm so amped too, Metal Mom. So amped. A really solid game by the Stormers here this afternoon. Nothing super electrifying like we're used to from them. They just played a really good, solid game, and that's maybe what's most impressive is they pick up their 8th straight win. So hot right now, and that is what matters most when you're heading into the post-tournament. And now, I said earlier today when I saw him to Associate Head Coach Travis Mrozik, I said birthday. Because he said we'll have to see how this game goes. So now we can say happy birthday to Associate Head Coach Travis Mrozik as the Stormers keep those dance shoes on. And we got some stats coming up for you here. 25 points for Carter Thomas as he paced Bryant Stratton. 18 for Parker Grant. 14 for Melvin and Tyson. Tyson just 8 rebounds in the game. He had 7 in the first half. 3 for Womack off the bench. 2 for McClendon. 2 for Hughes off the bench for just 5 points off the bench for Bryant Stratton. Milwaukee Tech, Shelton Williams-Dryden. I wasn't lying to you. Double-double, 26 points,
12 rebounds, 5 of those offensive for Williams Dryden. Artis had 19. He added 5 assists and 4 boards. 14 points for Dre Washington. On the bench, Cyrus Little, a dozen with 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals. Bree Williams, 10 points in the game, 3 rebounds, 22 points off the bench between those two for Milwaukee Tech. KJ Taylor, he is going to be 3 points short of 1,000 career points heading into the national tournament. He had 9 here tonight, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, and a block. 4 points for Foxwell in the contest. MATC, they shot 55% in the game, 33.3 from distance on 4 of 12 shooting. They didn't make a 3 in the second half, and 86% from the free throw line. That is a great number to see from this Stormer team. They have struggled there this season. Meanwhile, Bryant Stratton, 42% from the field, 36% from distance as they hit on 11 triples and 81% at the charity stripe. MATC won the rebounding battle, 37-29. Turnovers, 13 for Bryant Stratton, 10 for Milwaukee Tech. Milwaukee Tech a plus 12 advantage in points in the paint. And now we will turn it over to the PA audio.
Once again, please, ladies and gentlemen, let's give both teams a big round of applause for a great game between the MATC Stormers and the Bryant Stratton Bobcats. This is a presentation for awards for the NJCAA Region 4 Men's Division District 4B Division 2 awards. And your awards will be presented by Arnie Chavero, Region 4 Director, and Wally Reynolds, the Assistant Regional Director. All right, here is your all-tournament team. First we have from Bryant and Stratton, number 4, Parker Grant.
Tough for Bryant Stratton. They've been here the last
Also on the all-tournament team from Bryant
4 years.
number 24, Carter Thomas.
Carter Thomas, great career coming to an end here at the JUCO level for the guy out of Oshkosh.
From the MATC Stormers, number 4, KJ Taylor.
Taylor will be looking for that 1,000th point in the first national tourney game.
15, Dre Washington.
Dre Washington, that big second half in this one. Whew, huge.
Tournament team number 12, Siobhan Artis.
And Artis, he had the big first half. Between those two, Washington and Artis flipped the 2 and the 5.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for a great game played by the runner-up team, the Bryant and Stratton Bobcats.
Coach Ruffing going out there to accept the runner-up award for his team. Yet again, that's rough for Bryant Stratton. They haven't been able to get over the hump here.
Your tournament MVP from MATC, Shelton Williams Dryden.
Williams Dryden, MVP, as he goes down the line, high-fiving everyone. No surprise there. Another piece of hardware for his trophy case.
And receiving the award for the Region 4 Coach of the Year from the MATC Stormers, Mr. Randy Casey.
Speaking of maybe needing a new hardware case, Coach Casey collecting all sorts of awards the last 4 or 5 years.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce to you for the Midwest B, going to Danville, Illinois, the champion team, the MATC Stormers.
They already have the net. They came pre-netted with the awards, with the plaque, as Coach Mrozik is out there taking the pictures, and the team gathers for their photo as the Stormers will keep going on as they will move to Danville. We'll see who they play, what the bracket looks like, what seed they'll be. Coming in, the 8th ranked team in the country, but number 1 overall and number 4 fell in their regional tournaments. Milwaukee Tech has really varied in that national rankings this season, sitting at number 8 right now, but they will go again. Last year, they won the national title. They've won a game each year that they've gone to nationals, and of course that 2019-20 season, number 1 ranked team in the country, and they weren't able to play because of the COVID pandemic that took place. But 23-24, a chance to defend, and that's all you can ask for. Milwaukee Tech, the Stormers, will move on to the national tournament in Danville, Illinois, starting March 18th. I want to thank Donovan, who was on our camera, LaShondra, who was our technical director. I'm Don Wadowitz. Thank you for letting us bring you Milwaukee Tech Stormers basketball this season. We're going to turn it over to the crew at Danville for the rest of the way and the national tournament. This has been a production of Neo Soul Productions and MATC Stormers Athletics. I'm Don Wadowitz, reminding you to live life to the fullest and be good to one another. The final again, Milwaukee Tech 94, Bryant Stratton 78. Have a great rest of your weekend.